At 4, underwater and overwhelmed, emergency crews still scrambling to rescue flood victims as Tropical Storm Harvey refuses to release its grip on Texas.
And Karen, we've got some water problems here. Flood advisories up for much of the area. We'll tell you how long to expect that.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, the radar in Metro Detroit has been lighting up the past hour, and 2 funnel clouds were spotted in Milan Township. Let's get to Ben Bailey for the very latest.
Yeah, Karen, those funnels, what we're hearing now are what we call cold air funnels, not necessarily from strong thunderstorms, but still rotation. Apparently they came out of the clouds, did not do any damage, and we saw no rotation on radar. We're more concerned about the amount of rain that's falling across the area. All these green shaded areas under flood advisories where more than 2 inches of rain has already fallen. And the other bad thing is that a lot of these thunderstorms are not moving very fast. In fact, that line where we're watching the advisory, you can see there's still embedded heavy thunderstorms from Milan down towards Blissfield, and just not migrating very fast, just sort of meandering around in the same areas. Further off to the west, you can see more showers and thunderstorms out here in the western portion of Washtenaw County, out towards Chelsea, Dundee, up to Brighton, Heartland, in parts of Livingston County, and over to Detroit. There's still that flood advisory here. This was the first one that was posted. The rain is a lot lighter. In fact, it's heavier on the other side of the river, but nevertheless still raining there in places that have picked up more than 2 inches of rain. Of course, they've gotten tons of it down south. This is the latest look at Harvey as things are starting to dry out in Houston. A lot of that heavy rain right now is further to the east, across parts of East Texas and Louisiana, but it is still raining out there as Harvey continues to meander in the Gulf. Karen?
All right, Ben, we'll check back with you in a little bit. Meantime, President Donald Trump is in the Lone Star State right now to get an update on Harvey's impact. His visit planned carefully to avoid disrupting rescue operations as this disaster is very much ongoing. Floodwaters continue to rise, threatening people who were once told to shelter in place. Residents are on their balconies waiting for help. The power is out and some are running out of food. Cameras were there as rescue crews brought one little boy to safety this morning. Harvey has set a new record for rainfall with more than 49 inches reported at a weather station in southeast Houston. Let's go to Karen Kappa, who is in Houston right now with the very latest.
Harrowing stories.
He went out and kayaked through the rising waters and he went and got help.
The boat was small, so they have to take the kids and women first. And they said they came back for us. They coming back for us, but they never did.
Amid Houston floodwaters, thousands of rescues, but a city still trying to keep up.
Don't give up on us. Seek the higher ground. We will get to you.
Harvey's soaking rain is setting records for the continental U.S. South of Houston in Brazoria County, a dire alert. The Columbia Lakes community was part of a mandatory evacuation on Sunday, but to anyone left, officials warned, get out after a levee breached.
The biggest concern is the few folks that may have disregarded our warnings, and we don't want anybody hurt.
President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump arrived in Corpus Christi, slammed by Harvey's landfall on Friday, for a first-hand look and to praise ongoing cooperation.
It's a real team, and we want to do it better than ever before.
Meanwhile, the Pentagon said the number of National Guard troops in Texas is going to rise, and they plan for a long effort.
We will be doing life-saving and life-sustaining efforts for a much longer period due to the nature of this storm.
And that was Karen Kappa reporting. Here's a quick recap of the very latest this afternoon on Harvey. The mayor of Houston looking to open 2 or 3 more mega shelters. The city's convention center is holding 9,000 people, almost double what was expected. The tropical storm is back over the Gulf of Mexico and could make another landfall on Wednesday morning, probably in Louisiana. A father and son reunited after the storm say the disaster is changing how they look at life.
I got a different outlook on things, you know, after Harvey. So, you know, my dad's my best friend.
Now, we know many of you are seeing these stories and these images from Houston. and your hearts are breaking. Help Me Hank is working with the Red Cross so you can contribute to recovery efforts. Let's bring in Hank Winchester. He is in the Help Me Hank phone bank, and we did get a lot of calls yesterday, and I expect a lot more people to be calling today.
We certainly hope so, Karen. As you mentioned, the calls yesterday raising almost $20,000. The number 313-298-WDIV. Even before that number popped up there, people knew we were going to be up here live at 4 o'clock thanks to social media, already getting a few phone calls. You know, you've seen the pictures, you've seen the devastation in Houston, people without homes, water everywhere. The president and the first lady now on the ground taking a survey of the situation. But it is clear that this is a problem that is going to last for months, maybe even years as the recovery gets underway. The Red Cross, our partners in this event, has a team of people, hundreds of volunteers and those working on the ground, trying to get people into safe homes, into locations, get them food, get them water, get them everything they need to help them transition during this time right now. The volunteers answering the calls here in the phone bank, and the money raised here in Detroit goes right down there to Houston, and the money will be used again for food, for water, for shelter. 90% of the money that is collected by the Red Cross, 90% of it goes to the tragedy that they are dealing with at the time. Again, the number that you can call right now is 313-298-WDIV. Karen, we're going to stay here in the phone bank with these volunteers from the Red Cross through the early evening newscast. If you can donate $5, it can help. We received a donation of $500 a little bit earlier. Wow. Every single dollar will help the people in Texas.
It does make a difference, and as you said, you will be there through 6:30 taking those phone calls. We'll check back with you, Hank, in a little bit. Local 4 and the Red Cross are also working with Arts, Beats, and Eats to help storm victims. So when you go to the festival, you can drop off donations with the Red Cross at each entrance. It's a great way to show hurricane victims the heart of Detroit. Arts, Beats, and Eats runs Friday through Monday. Scattered storms in Metro Detroit closed some roads, left thousands of people in the dark last night. DTE is scrambling right now to get everybody back online. The company says there's been new outages even as other people are restored. About 8,400 are still without power, but DTE hopes they're all back on by the end of the day. We'll stay on top of it for you. Take a look at this video. A car crashed into a liquor store early this morning. It happened in Warren on Hoover, just north of 9 Mile. Police say the driver lost control of his vehicle when he hit that store, damaging the property and leaving a large hole behind. The driver suffered minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. Police are investigating. Summer is coming to a close, and that also brings a big change for Detroit's Q Line. Thanks to the Kresge Foundation, the service has been free for a few extra months. That ends September 5th, the day after Labor Day. Daily ridership has averaged about 5,500 people in the last month. Now, a daily pass will cost you $3, a monthly pass $30. The big question, will all those people be willing to pay to ride? Many fans were waiting to see if Matthew Stafford would get that big new contract. Few expected what happened last night. That story is trending right now. We're also tracking news around the world. More defiance from North Korea and another warning from President Trump. Paula.
This is exactly what we're talking about, the kinds of things you absolutely, positively have to talk to your children about before they go to school. It's hard to believe, but you've got to say the words and you've got to have the conversation. We talk to the experts.
And high water.
We're back with another chance for you to help storm victims in Houston. Call 313-298-WDIV if you can offer any financial assistance to the Red Cross, which is hard at work along the Gulf Coast. Again, that number, 313-298-WDIV. The Help Me Hank phone lines are open through 6:30. The back-to-school season is in full swing. In addition to talking about books and backpacks and homework, these days, parents are forced to have some uncomfortable conversations about safety. Our Paula Tutman spoke with experts about making those conversations a little easier for the whole family. Paula.
We're talking to experts about the really uncomfortable conversations you positively, absolutely have to have with all of your children before they go to school this year. Any school, from preschool to college.
Yeah, do you have a fight one that would be easy to bring across?
Oakland University and its video services are in production right now. The newest instructional video on how to survive an active shooter is being shot and edited.
The entry team, as far as the law enforcement entry team.
We showed you their active shooter training a year ago, but now the language has to be stronger, more in your face, more explicit, says Chief Mark Gordon of the Oakland University Police Department.
The video that we were using before talks about get out, hide out, take out as the strategies. It's just a different way of saying run, hide, fight, but today's verbiage is run, hide, fight.
It's a sad but certain truth. Cynthia Reynolds of First Family Counseling says as parents prepare students for back to school, they need to have a couple of very uncomfortable, age-appropriate discussions with their kids. One is on surviving active shooters.
You definitely have to have those conversations with them, because whatever the school's doing, it needs to be reinforced by you at home.
Preschool to third grade use words like staying safe, avoiding bad guys, and listening to teachers and paying attention to drills.
We don't want to establish a culture of fear early on.
I think it's important for children in grade school to understand the lockdown concept and philosophy. What does that mean? Sometimes it's called stranger danger, sometimes it's called lockdown.
For elementary school, parents should start off the conversation with school is a wonderful place. You're going to learn a lot of things, you're going to make a lot of friends. But we also need to include that sometimes things happen in schools that are not safe.
Try to stay away from scare words like shooter, unless the child specifically says those words first.
If they actually ask you the word, Mommy, you mean if someone is shooting? Then you be honest and tell them yes. You know, we want you to take cover. We want you to protect yourself. We want you to follow the directions that your school staff have given you.
Fourth grade to college, use actual real-life language, shooter, terrorist.
Middle school and high school, since they're older, they can understand more graphic words.
Anytime you can talk to your kids about preparation, what they should do in any given situation, you are way ahead as far as your reaction time should you find yourself in a critical situation.
And it is critical that you ask the school how they plan to educate your child on procedures for dangerous situations. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Local 4 News today is highlighting back-to-school topics all week long. Here's a look at tomorrow's story from Dr. Frank McGeorge.
In this high-tech world, is it still worthwhile for kids to learn cursive? Tomorrow at 6 a.m., what parents and science have to say about this hot topic.
From the history books today, it's a startling tale of two hurricanes. Today is actually the 12th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, which made landfall on August 29th of 2005. People in New Orleans are now bracing for Tropical Storm Harvey and the threat of new flooding. In another horrible twist, many victims of Katrina actually relocated to Houston and are now dealing with that disaster. Katrina was the most catastrophic storm in U.S. history, causing $160 billion in damage. It's very eerie when you start talking about anniversaries and you see some storm just off the coast, even though it's not the same, extreme, but it's hitting.
This is not good news, but it looks like there is possibly another tropical storm that is forming south of Brownsville, Texas. That we'll have to keep an eye on for those folks down there. So not good news. At least the rain is letting up for them. Not so much for us. We've seen plenty of it. This is kind of a repeat of what we saw last night. Minus the clogged freeways. We haven't had any reports of any closed roads, but definitely have some areas where we picked up some significant rain. In fact, most of this has fallen over the border. That's where the big bullseye is. But right here north of Jefferson, in the city of Detroit, you can see here Chalmers, Center Street, right along Jefferson, anywhere between 2 and possibly as much as 4 inches of rain has fallen just within the last 24 hours. Then you go down to Monroe County, and it looks like we've got a couple bullseyes here that could possibly be to the 3 to 4 inch range as well. And that's not the only spot. We've got thunderstorms that are just lingering. They're not moving very fast, and they've got plenty of moisture on top of that. And so you can see this line right now that's snaking through parts of Livingston and Washtenaw County, just not moving hardly at all and dumping a fairly good amount of rain in some of those areas. So those flood advisories we showed you at the top of the show remain in effect for the next few hours. And you can see that there's definitely some lightning strikes out there as well. So far, no severe weather outside of those cold air funnels that were reported in Milan Township. Now, the model has a fairly good handle on this. This is probably as good as a computer model is going to draw. that precipitation that's out there. But the important thing to note is that we should start seeing drier conditions as we get closer to 9, 10 o'clock tonight. And then we'll spend the nighttime hours dry. But just like last night, we'll probably have some fog form in any areas, especially where we get those clouds to clear. Right now, the model's suggesting our west zone is going to be the most likely place, but watch out for that in the morning. And then some sunshine, but generally clouds tomorrow. The cold front not coming through until Wednesday night. So I think there's probably still a chance of a shower out there during the day on Wednesday and maybe overnight on Thursday. But once the sun comes up, temperatures cooler, humidity down, and we'll feel a lot different as we close out this work week. 61 tonight, those evening thunderstorms fading as we head past sunset, and then we'll watch for the fog to develop as we get overnight. High temperatures tomorrow are going to hit 80, and again, it's the cold front coming through after we get into the nighttime hours Wednesday night. So you can see the difference here as we get into the 7-day forecast. High temperatures down to 73 here on Thursday, 70 on Friday, and then once we get into the upcoming weekend, those numbers start bumping back up. It looks like the remnants of Harvey are going to miss us. We'll probably get the clouds off of it here on Saturday and Sunday, but we've kept the forecast mainly dry with just a slight chance of a shower there on Sunday, and temperatures starting to recover, feeling a little bit more like the last few days of summer as we head towards Labor Day weekend. Karen?
It's the talk of the town. Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford is the highest paid player in the NFL. We'll share some of your comments in trending stories. Also ahead, commuters rush to pull a woman up from underground. That story behind this video. First, President Trump's response to more defiance from North Korea. Nuclear tensions back to the boiling point. But as we go to break, you can take a look at the screen to see how the markets have closed for the day. And as we see, they have closed up in all categories there. The Dow, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500.
A doctor.
Stories making headlines all around the world today. We start with new tension with North Korea after another threatening ballistic missile launch. The new test came without warning. The missile flew on a course that took it over a Japanese island before it fell into the northern Pacific Ocean. Japan's prime minister spoke by phone with President Trump, who assured him of American support. The president later said, quote, all options are on the table, end quote, when considering how to respond to North Korea. Security video from a subway station in southeastern China recorded a frightening moment when a woman fell through a panel covering a service well in front of an escalator. A companion immediately began to pull her up to safety, and passerby joined in the effort. The woman who fell had no serious injuries. An investigation is now underway to learn why there was no warning about the dangerous cover of that well. Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford isn't going anywhere. The 29-year-old gunslinger signed a 5-year extension worth $135 million. He signed that on Monday, which makes him the highest paid player in NFL history. We took to the Local 4 Facebook page to see what the viewers are saying about Matthew Stafford's big new contract. Nicholas says, haters gonna hate. And guess what exactly would have been a better option? Draft? Free agency? Please. Victor says we can go 8-8 with Ruddick. That's Jake Ruddick, the backup quarterback. And Kathleen says Lions ticket prices on the way up. Still ahead, grab something to write with. We are going to show you how to help storm victims in Houston, plus a photo of a Texas deputy that's going viral today. You'll see why. Coming up next.
When you think of a cover model, you think beaches, bikinis, lots of skin, and hair and makeup. But not something as modest as this. She has big dreams of making it as a model and is willing to go up against everyone in her life.
They weren't supportive at all at first. And, you know, they told me, they're like, if you want to do this, we can't have you here.
I'm Evrod Kasumi. Tonight at 11, I'll introduce you to an amazing person who's trying to change what really defines beauty, all while smashing stereotypes.
It just made me want to keep pushing, and that's the Detroit in me.
And we are back with another reminder and a chance for you to help storm victims in Houston. That number is 313-298-WDIV. And if you can offer any assistance to the Red Cross, it would be so appreciated, which is so hard at work along the Gulf Coast. We have volunteers standing by to take your phone call. Again, it's 313-298-WDIV. And those Help Me Hank phone lines are open through 6:30. Now, a salute to the men and women working to rescue people in the Harvey disaster.
A lot of them down there. Take a look at this picture. It shows a deputy in Texas who was so tired that he fell asleep while leaning against his desk. He tells CNN he'd been on duty for about 21 hours straight. A friend posted the video and at least 600,000 people have shared it. Emergency crews have performed at least a staggering 3,400 rescues, and that's in Houston alone.
Emotionally and physically, so very tiring.
And still a lot to go.
Right. Closer to home, our radar was lighting up today. What do we need to know for the next couple of hours?
Some good news, at least that flood advisory for the city of Detroit has expired. We're still looking at areas from Novi to the state line in that green shaded area until 6 and 6:30 with the flood advisory. Very slow moving thunderstorms out there. Some of the lightning has calmed down, but take it extra slow on the roads tonight.
All right, thank you. And thank you so much for joining us for First at 4. Inside Edition is next.